episode also. Like fresh off the box.
What?
Well, I don't care. We got to do this for the next episode because yo, like this is the equivalent of finding out Naruto's dad. This is the equivalent of finding out the Sage. This is the equivalent of so many things about anime right now that you tie in my full of oh my god, like I can't control the smiles, man. I'm
The
looking.
review is not. It is not. We haven't even done the actual review, and you're already hyped.
Yeah, because we know who she is. We know who she is.
Well, who he is, kinda.
Actually, it might be he/she because Time Lord science.
I wouldn't actually
Time
go
Lord
there.
science. We're just gonna just say Time Lord science. Okay, Sean, I'm gonna do my review and then you go and then just
Uh,
we gotta control this. Okay, so essentially, this is a very short review. Now, essentially, what has happened is that we basically Danny Pink gets hit by a car. He goes to the afterlife, ADW. There he's met with one of the associates there who guide him through the afterlife procedures, and we essentially find out that Cora, in the beginning, was talking to him, and she said, "I love you." And he said, "I love you too." And she was like, "No, I love you." And it was bickering between those two. And on his way, he gets hit by a car. Now we fast forward to present time, where he's in grief. You know, he got hit by a car. He's in grief. She's in grief, and she's a mess. No Clady. I'm sorry. No witty Cora. Sad, depressed, dark Cora. She actually meets the doctor and she takes off his keys and she tells the doctor she can't sleep, but she looks for a sleeping pad to put her to sleep. While she's doing that, she takes all the doctor's keys, and, and when she takes all the keys, you can look on her face how desperate she is. She then smacks the doctor in the face with something that transports them to a place with magma and lava, and she pulls the keys systematically. She says this, do I have your attention now? She took all 11 keys. Well, actually 12. Sorry. She took all 12 keys and she threw them one by one in the lava. Before she smacked the doctor with the sleeping device, he put on her hand something to knock her out and put her in the dreamlike state. And throughout the entire time with her throwing the keys in the molten lava, she actually was asleep. It was to simulate reality. But it also shows how desperate she is to get there and come back. We eventually see that they do love each other, that their love isn't cheap, it's actually real and genuine. Then after that, we have the doctor. He tells Cora to put her hands in the TARDIS because it's going to link up to wherever Danny is. Because, as we saw before in these episodes, that the grandchild. Um, if they have a grandchild in the future, and you know, we also do see um, the doctor use the psych thing, which allows that person to link up their timelines. Um, so they actually travel where Danny is. And where Danny is in 3Q. And what 3Q is essentially the underworld. Um, and after that, we transition back over to Danny, who apparently has somebody that wants to meet him. And the person that wants to meet him was actually a kid that he killed as he was a soldier. And as he was a soldier, you know, he we see Danny as an efficient soldier, as one that takes orders and does what he's told, and he sets out to kill his enemy. He actually takes out a grenade, throws it over there, and it blows up. It blows up. And we see that there was a child there. We find out that the child was the one that went to see him. Now Danny tries to apologize. He tries to apologize to the kid for killing him because when you're a soldier, I do not think that you actually try to kill anybody. I think you're just supposed to do what you're told. But you see the emotion in Danny's face that he's genuinely sorry for killing that kid. After that, we transition over to where the doctor meets Missy. At the end of my review, once I'm done, I'm going to straight up flip over the chair, run out the room, to come back. I'll explain why. We see the doctor meet up with Missy. And the doctor's meeting up with Missy. And Missy is saying that she's a robot created by Dr. Chang. And Missy kisses the doctor. Now, I mean kisses, she just ties him down and just kisses the sugar juice out of him. It's one of them kisses where I was like, whoa, wait, wow, she good. Wow. And the doctor, and she grabs his hand and puts it on her chest, and she says, feel. Do you feel anything? And the doctor's like, no. See, told you I'm a robot. Then after that, we eventually find out that where she's at, there are skeletons inside of juice, and they call it X-ray juice. So essentially, put your hand in there, boom, shows an X-ray of your hand. Right. I hope one day that they make that technology, X-ray juice. It makes swimming pools a lot more fun. That's what I'm just saying. Then after that, we get a call from Danny, the person that was with Danny. I'm gonna just say one of the caregivers of the Nexus says you have a call, and he picks up, and it's Clara, and they talk, and Danny essentially says, Clara, I love you, and the doctor then says to Clara, if that's really him, they would have him answer stuff that only he would know. And they say where did I meet up, when was our first date, what the favorite colors, etc., etc. And after that, we switch over back to Missy and the doctor. Now, this is that one rare moment where I was with my mom. My mom was watching this with me. She was listening with what was happening. And we transitioned over back to Missy and the doctor. And Dr. Chang comes in and he says, that's not a robot, that's my boss. Son! That's my boss. Son! That's my boss. Son! That's my boss. And I like how Missy's like, yes, I am your boss. And Chang's like, are you going to kill me? She's like, tell me something nice. Are you going to kill me? Tell me something nice. Are you going to kill me? Tell me something nice. And she takes her little device and she points it at. Yes, I have a stick. I'm using this as an example. She points it at. He disintegrates into nothingness. Nothingness. Disintegrates into nothingness. Now, you go back to the doctor. She takes his hand, puts it on his chest, puts it on her chest again, and she says this. What do you feel? Two hearts. There's two heartbeats. Two heartbeats. One, two, 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 one, two. We eventually find out who Missy is. Missy is the master. Missy is the master. Really, Sean? Really? I'm sorry, am I boring you? Really? Like, really? Come on, I'm doing my thing here, bro. I'm reviewing. I don't review as much. Okay, I'm sorry. Just look at his face. Oh, she's the master. Now, back to my review. Essentially, we found the people that were in this water were Cybermen. And apparently, the Cyber Nexus is essentially Time Lord technology, which is upload somebody's consciousness from their body. And we essentially found out the Cyberman back. And we cut over to the last part, where Thor is sitting in a chair And Danny doesn't answer the question. And he always keeps repeating, I love you, which I do believe were his last thoughts, his last words. The last part of his memory was uploaded was the words I love you. So he kept repeating that over again like a robot. After that, you go back to, as I said before, Clara in the chair. She spins the chair around and she looks. It's a Cyberman in a tape. She bangs on the door saying, Doctor, Doctor. After that, we transition over one last time where we have the doctor running out of London, screaming, Cybermen are coming, Cybermen are coming. And Lucy magically appears on the step. And she says, oh, forget him, he's just a crazy person. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And we see Missy's point of view. We see her. And as weird as it may sound, from her point of view, there's no Cyberman. But from the doctor's point of view, there is. So I'm confused. Maybe Sean knows more about Doctor Who than I do. So that is the end. This is my review. Oh my flipping mother of God. Father forgive me for sinning. That episode has me hyped for next week's episode. The simple fact is this. The Master's back. We also do know that I think it's Arthur Parby. I'm not saying the man's name right. Arthur Parby will be playing the Master in later episodes. But for currently right now, Missy is the Master. And everybody in the mama did not know who or what Missy was. This episode cleared up. Next week's episode, when I do this review with Sean, I might be drunk. Because that's how awesome this is going to be. I'm going to be drunk from awesomeness. So, that is my review. I'm going to give it to Ice Titan 123. Brother. Also, next time you do this, with the dingling and the pingling of the sounds and the picking and the popping and the picking and the hopping of the sounds, I'm going to. I can't think of anything to do, but you get the general idea. No, don't do that with the things, man. I was doing a review. You know me, I don't review often, so when I do try to do this in a nice, compacted way, it doesn't go well. But today, just for today, it goes well. Yeah, that's it. Go first. Jesus,
All right.
where that?
Well, since how the Master is back, you always have to have the you always have to have the you have to have the one beat the sound that's the sound inside the Master's says. That sound that's inside the Master's. That sound that only the Master can actually hear. That's why I was actually making King Maxwell's sound. That's the sound that only the Master can actually hear. That consistent knocking that drives him insane. But
That explains why you were knocking your minds. I'm sorry. I've never seen. I've only saw one episode of David Tennant's era. Sorry to cut you off, but the only one I saw was, the end of time. I never saw the full thing of David Tennant's era. So
well, yeah, there is this excessive knocking that's inside the Master's mind. It's excessive knocking drives, which is what was driving him insane. But that's not important right now. What is important right now is that the Master is back, but he's back as as an actual woman. And there have been Doctor Who fans that have been have had this theory that basically Time Lords could possibly change genders when they actually regenerate. The only reason why I didn't think this was gonna actually, you know, actually happen, because if you look at all of the Doctor's past lives, he's been a male the entire time. There has not been, as far as I actually know, there's no real hard evidence that a Time Lord has ever turned into an actual woman during an actual regeneration, except for that one link that you actually showed me, but that's not exactly hard evidence because we haven't actually seen it. But apparently this actually confirms that the Time Lords can change gender when they actually regenerate, which actually opens up a whole new realm of possibilities, and basically which way Doctor Who can actually go next, possibly in the actual future. The Doctor might turn into an actual woman. I actually doubt that. I highly doubt that, but it's possible, because if the Master can turn into an actual woman, so can the Doctor. The possibility is now there. It is possible now. But the thing is, the actual Whitos plus the collectors, they have been doing it a certain way for over 50 years. They're not gonna break that cycle. So yeah, I think the Doctor, with the future shows, he's gonna stay an actual man, but the Cybermen are back, and I don't think that anything. I don't think he's really dead. I don't think he's dead, because
I'm with you on this one too. I don't think he's dead. I'm sorry to cut you off, but this is Doctor Who. There's
yeah.
timey-wimey science in this. And I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the main reason why I don't think he's dead yet, because they said he still has some connection with his actual body, which should not be. When you die, you lose all connection with your actual body. You can't feel something that your body is actually going through, because your soul is detached from your actual body, so you can't feel a single thing. So that's why I don't think Danny is dead. He is gonna somehow come back. Not entirely sure how, but he definitely will come back because he has to come back. But the rating I'm gonna give this is fantastic, absolutely fantastic, and I bet you that next week's episode is gonna be fantastic as 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 well, as Doctor Who season finale. They always go out big. He always go out big. No no matter what.
Okay, my rating this. Yo!
And he
Wait a minute.
went
Wait a
off.
minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
and back.
Yo. So, that was my like. I had this episode was so awesome. I had to plug my TV back in because I was watching it. I unplugged it. This episode. Imagine what the finale is going to be. It's going to be an amazing finale. I love this episode. This episode was amazing. This episode was awesome. Give me one moment. Dude, you. If I could go right now, I would wake up the entire complex that I live in. But I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is this. Sean,
Yeah.
this episode was a fantastic. It was a Geronimo wrapped into an LMB, wrapped into a fantastic, wrapped into bow ties are so cool. They really cool. This
Yeah,
episode,
definitely.
this episode made me very happy to be a Doctor Who fan. This episode made me question Doctor Who. And this episode was an enigma, wrapped into mystery, wrapped into a book, wrapped into a gigantic sea scroll, the Dead Scrolls. This was a great episode. So, Sean, I'm
Yeah.
gonna let you take us out.
But the thing is, this is only part one. This is only part one. Part two is next week.
Yo, we're doing this again, right? I'm sorry. We're doing this again, right? Please tell me we're doing this again next week. That's, yo, yo, my
Yeah.
boy Ice Titan 123 has been helping me with my Doctor Who reviews. He deserves more subs. He deserves more views. He truly deserves the subs, man. He truly deserves more subs, and I hope you get a lot of subs out of this. I hope you get a lot more views out of this. I hope people share your content. I hope really great things. Sean, you've helped me with these Doctor Who reviews, and we're getting close to the finale. So, you know what this means, right? Next week, with the finale,
Yeah.
we need to do something special for this finale, and I have an
Yeah.
idea. Do you have any Doctor Who fans on your Facebook that do Google Hangouts? You need to get as many Doctor Who fans in this.
Yeah, but they are not exactly caught up, and they don't like spoilers, so it wouldn't be that good.
Okay, okay. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go on my Doctor Who group, be honest, truthful, and sincere, and say I'm doing a Doctor Who finale live stream. Please help me, because this was awesome. So, Sean, can you take us out? Normally I would take us out, but I'm so tired. You can
Yeah.
do it.
Hi, I'm yeah. This is Ice saying 1, 2, 3. Be sure to wait, comment, subscribe to my channel. Let's also Sam Hanks. That's all we have to say for his actual review. Signing out.
You guys heard what he said. We're out. I hope we can do this again next week. What I'm going to do is a simple on my Dr. Who group and say, does anybody here do Google Hangouts? Because me and a friend are going to be reviewing the next week's episode. And yo, I love reviewing Doctor Who. I love it because it's a great show. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a blessed and great rest of the night. Me and him are out, and the doctor is in. Peace. Also, before I forget, there will be an annotation to Sean's channel. Please subscribe to his channel. He truly deserves it. So, I'm out. Hey, Ma, anything else you want to say? Really, Ma, keep giving me that thumbs down.
Just end it.
Aw, that's so mean. Ma, you're making it early. Thank you, Ma.